Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are taking one interested topic regarding to the on-job training. Myself, Mrs.A.N Gandharkar from Department of Microbiology. Now, apart from the microbiology, this time we have inculcated the one on-job training program. So we are taking some information about the on-job training. First of all, what is the importance of the on-job training? So basically, on-job training is representing what the bridge between the academic theory and the practical real times of the professional laboratory. Then for the microbiology students, they will be providing the essential hands-on training for the experience which is needed for the transition from the classroom to the industry. Now, what is the OGT? So first of all, we have to understand the OGT and its core objective. So OGT involving the training within a real workplace environment rather than the stimulated classroom. So primary goals behind to the OGT is development of the skill, industry exposure and professional growth. Now, considering with the practical application and the lab skill, which will be students gain after the OGT. So first of all, we will go with the foundational lab skill. So in case of the foundational lab skill, students will can learn from regarding to the aseptic techniques, which will be giving information how to prevent the contamination in a sensitive environment. Now, in case of the culture media, students can be grow the culture media, grow the organisms and identify the microorganisms from the culture media, even though they can be prepare the culture media according to the need of organism. Also, students can be learn how to handle the some instrument like as a microscopy, which is basically present in our lab. Then in case of the advanced techniques, students can learn the PCR technique, ELISA technique and the chromatographic technique. These are needful for the further investigation of the microorganism. Now we will take again we will go with the safety, ethics and quality controls. So in a professional setting, technical skill is must required with the pair of rigorous standards. So students can be learn the biosafety, lab ethics and the standard operations during the on-job training. So in case of the biosafety, students can be learn the different levels of the biosafety and that they can use the corrected personal protective equipment. In case of the lab ethics, students can be maintain the integrity and the ethical standards which are required for the scientific reporting. And in case of the standard operation, students can be learn they can be participate in a real-time quality control and the production process. Now we will take what is the professional and personal development. These are again one more important parameters when students can be learned during the OGT. So students can be learned beyond the microscope. So they can be learn they can learn the some soft skill and the some criteria which is required for the modern employment. So like as employability, interpersonal skill and real world success. So by doing performing or by doing the on job training in a different industry, students will get idea about what is the basic requirements of the industry, and accordingly they are going to be accordingly they will be go with that type of the skills. Now though on job training it's a interesting one, but some challenges are there which is students are going to be face, and if they are going to be overcome this challenge, they will be successful in case of the on job training. The first is what adapting to the lab environment. Now basically what happened is students are working in a classroom, students are working in our lab, and they are very familiar with the our lab culture only. So from that lab culture to the industrial lab culture, so that is somewhat difficult to the students. Then technical complexity. Now in case of this, students must be quick master regarding to the sophisticated equipment and the advanced methodology. So somewhat this is again difficult to the students to cope up with the technical complexity. Then rigid protocol adherence, because whenever you are going to be working in an industry or the other labs, you have to must follow the standard operating procedure, and ultimately you have to maintain the meticulous record, which is important one. Again one challenge which is student facing, that is the lack of time, because we are giving only the on job training for a 1 month, or maybe students are performing for the 2 months. So during that 2 months or the 1 month, students are only learning the primary information regarding to that industry. So I think that there should be the more time to which is required for the on job training. Now the conclusion. So basically on job training, it is just a requirement, it is a crucial phase of the microbiologist education. So if you want for the successfully navigating the technical complexities and adapting to the laboratory environment, students are significantly enhance their career growth and the prospect. And also students will be get familiar with the work pressures and the work environment which are present in a different kinds of the industry, and it will be helpful to decide their career and of the future. So by this way, I'll say thank you to everyone. Thank you very much.